Hey guys, I hope this finds you well. I've been getting lots of questions on on the dreadlocks do's and don'ts. I'll personally give you my list of do's and don'ts according to how how um how I've seen things, how I've experienced. Okay, I'll give you my side of the story. I'll not pretend that I'm so perfect that I'll just give out anything I feel like or I think of. I'll just go straight to how I see things working out, okay? So, one of the greatest don't of dreadlocks is overstyling or styling tight styles, okay? That moment when you style your dreadlocks so tight, you put a lot of pressure on your scalp, you see, your scalp, and then they'll start breaking from the root. And the worst thing you want to you the worst thing you're dreaming of happening in your dreadlocks is your hair starting to break off from your scalp. That's the start of an end in your dreadlocks journey. You should always protect your roots, no matter how much you're sad, no matter how long you want your hair to last. Okay, it's good for you to always protect your roots. Make sure your style looks elegant but your roots are not so pulled out. Okay, that is a killer for most of the dreadlocks. Always make sure you style it a bit loose. Okay, I know Africans, we like staying with our hairs for a very long time. That's what makes us want such styles that pull our scalp so much. Okay, so number two, according to me, the second important thing about dreadlocks is to moisturize. Always make sure you have your spray bottle. You can just put some few drops of oil, of liquid oil. Personally, I use coconut oil. I feel coconut oil works for me. So you just put liquid hair oil that suits you in that water spray bottle, and then that's when you can easily spray in your scalp to make it hydrated. No one told anyone that hydrating your hair can break. Okay, it's a good therapy for dreadlocks on the roots. You hydrate the roots, and the reason for putting oil in your in your spray bottle which has got water, it's because oil locks in water or locks in moisture in your hair, so it can be a bit easier for that water to stay in your hair for a long time without getting dried up. Scalp needs water, and the oil acts as a nourisher. Okay, and coconut oil is a very good hair nourisher. Okay, sometimes you can also spray your ends. It's not a sin. Your ends don't need to look so stiff. When there is no water in your strands, they tend to become so stiff, and when they become so stiff, you can easily just cut it. Okay, so it's good. Sometimes you just your strands and you'll be okay. Dreadlocks don't need so much mathematics or stuff, just easy things. First of all, you make sure your styling is not too tight, and then you moisturize your hair and you wash your hair. I had someone say that washing your dreadlocks each and every time it's not advisable. No, no one said washing your hair as often as possible kills your hair. No, you can wash it. You can wash it every week, after every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and the cycle goes on. It's good to have clean hair. Clean hair prevent your scalp pores from blocking, hence dandruffs. Okay, so it's good to always, as soon as you've washed your hair, apply a liquid oil. I'm sensitizing on that liquid part. Don't apply solid hair food in your hair. Okay, use a liquid one because it's easy to diffuse within your scalp. Okay, sometimes give your hair treatment. Okay, just massage it. After applying that oil and it's still wet, you can just get your hands in there and just massage your scalp. Okay, that helps in aeration. Okay, you aerate your hair, it's so good. You open up your pores, you'll allow constant flow of blood in your hair. Okay, and that's good for your hair. Your hair, you'll see the difference very soon. Okay, I didn't have someone to talk to me about dreadlocks journey. When I started my dreadlocks in 2019, around June. I don't know, May or June, around June. I had no one to talk to me about it. I didn't know YouTube existed. Oh, I knew YouTube existed, but I didn't know that there are videos set up to help. Okay, so I just went blindly to a loctician. I started dreadlocks, and I had to learn as days went by from my mistakes. Okay, one of the mistake I learned is to pull. I realized my roots were getting so tight and my endings were thinning up, were getting so thin. Okay, so I had to change the routine. No one told me, but I'm glad through my experience I can share with you one or two things that might help prevent stuff like this. Don't stay with your style for so long. It's not good, because when you style your dreadlocks, you intertwine your strands. That place where they intertwined like this, when they stay for too long, they tend to thin out. They get so tangled. Okay, so that time when you are trying to remove that style, you can easily cut off your strand. Okay, it's easy, and that thin part can be so loose. Okay, so don't stay with your style for so long, especially when your dreadlocks are already locked. You can as well just remove them and stay like this. It's healthy for your hair. You know, hair is like human beings. Sometimes they need space. They need to be left alone like this. They need hair food. They need you don't need a lot of chemicals. Okay, you don't need a lot of chemicals. Personally, I don't use wax more often. I use wax only when I'm visiting the salon. Most of the times I'm always just finger rolling my dreadlocks and then hold them to a bun for roughly 2 weeks, and then I remove, I wash, and then I just finger roll them like that. Then when the growth just gets to the size of my pinky, I get to crochet. Okay, and when I crochet only the roots, so this other part which has remained will lock on its own. Okay, that's according to me. So the important dreadlocks is not something that is so difficult or does not need a lot of technicalities. Don't bother yourself buying lots of hair foods, complicated hair foods, serums and stuff. Just wash, apply your oil, your liquid oil, leave them sometimes to breathe. Okay, don't tie tight buns. Even if you are tying them to a bun, don't tighten them. Okay, they don't need to be tightened. And moisturize. That's all. Thank you so much for listening. I hope it helped in one way or another. Thank you so much, and I'll meet you another time. Keep your dreadlocks healthy, keep them safe, and always tie them. Thank you. Bye.